Hey, it's Mark Shepard, and this is the second video log I made this morning. The last one I forgot to turn on the microphone. So, anyway, last night, this is Mark Shepard. You have come to the Hypnosis of Money, and I am on a 100-day challenge, and I am going to share my trading experiences every single day in a vlog. And so, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Please be aware that there are all kinds of groovy things in the description where you can get discounts on things. So check that out. But today I want to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin finally popped its top. Bitcoin popped its top. And we have a nice, beautiful, there was a triple top. I called it a triple top in Bitcoin. We had this high around 3,000, a couple of, like, back in June. Then it corrected and blah, blah, blah. And then there's this news that it was going to finally do something. Boom, it grew. I took profits here around 2,800. And then I've been kind of on the sidelines a little bit watching what it's doing. And I bought some Bitcoin last night because it was kind of right here at this little top. 2836-ish, somewhere right there. And before I went to bed, I'm like, you know what? This thing is going to pop. So I bought $100 here last night. And this morning it is up here. Now, again, if you want to look at the trend, this short-term trend is pretty steep, right? But if you turn it into a long-term trend, it's not as steep, but it still wants to go up. It still wants to go up. There's still new people learning about Bitcoin every day. It's now being reported on more and more of the major news outlets, and people are starting to hear the word Bitcoin, 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 right? That's the word that's being whispered in their ear. That's the hypnosis part of this. We are in a major consciousness changing revolution, as I will say over and over again. So that's what I did, and what I normally do is I go through the daily chart. I'm going to hit the hourly chart. You can see on the hourly chart, there's congestion now again. See, it makes this big move, and then it kind of pauses a little bit. This is the pattern. Over and over again, you'll see this. And it's at these pauses where if the pause is still in the trend, there's a little mini trend line. If you look at the bottoms of this, it's going to break out of here. It wants to move. There is so much energy in the market that this coin wants to move, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing moves up, to $4,000 at some point in the next week. That's my raw prediction. And then down at the 1 minute chart, you can see at the 1 minute chart, the bots in this minute took profits, right? The bots they're trading minute to minute, right? And you and I can't compete with that. However, we can see where the energy is going. So like if you're like, oh, what if Bitcoin goes more? Now this minute would be a good time to get in because it's down in this minute, right? So if you bought here, you actually might make the spread between 31.57 and when it goes back up to test this $3,179 high, right? So that's just how I do it. And again, this is not to be construed as financial advice. This is just me showing you transparently what I do every day so that you can learn how you can do it every day. And let's go to Ethereum. I just bought some Ethereum this morning as well because Ethereum was doing kind of a similar thing. And all the other cryptos, it seems, were kind of waiting for the big boy Bitcoin, the big boy in the room, to do something. So Ethereum has popped, right? Here's all the resistance in the past month or so of Ethereum. And we know it's been up to 400, so it's going to want to kind of go back up to that 400, and then it'll test the 400 thing again, right? But in the meantime, I got in here this morning at this resistance level, right? Because it's just like you get a couple of these. This is again a little triple top here. If I see a triple top, I go, this thing wants to pop. And I look at, did I get that? Yeah. Draw a line here, and this wants to go up, right? It's a set of stairs. And whether you're looking at the top of the stairs or the bottom of the stairs, there's resistance to go up, and then there's often support. And look at the support. The support keeps getting higher, right? So I bought $100 worth of Ethereum this morning on Coinbase, and we'll see what happens with that. I'd moved most of my cryptos into Ambis, Genesis Mining, Control Finance, and I actually took some profits to pay for some recording studio time and some video editing time as well. And as those of you who have been watching me know, my big why is I want to record my music. I've written over 500 songs, and to date, I've only recorded maybe at the most 200 of them. And I want to fund and finance my own recordings so that if and when at some point somebody discovers they're awesome and they want to, pay me $1 to download each song, millions of people, that would be another source of income. But at the moment, I am doing this to raise money for that. That way I don't have to ask my friends or do crowdfunding, which I hate. So anyway, so that's Ethereum, and we can go down into the hourlies. See the hourlies? There is another little congestion point here that's going to break out of. So if you see these little congestion points, it's just a pause, right? So pay attention to them, and because you get a little congestion point and it goes down to the bottom of the congestion and tests the support, that's a good moment to just get to Coinbase and buy $100 or $20 or whatever you can afford. All right. This is the minute. So minute by minute, the bots are doing their thing. And so it's gone up, but now we're at a little bit of a down thing. So it's at these little retracements that if it's moving, you can get in, right? So look through the full charts, the dailies, the hourlies, the half hours, and the minutes. You can learn a lot. Okay, so last thing, I just bought a couple $100 of Litecoin. I bought 100 for my son because he had to leave for the airport. So I just added an extra $100, and I'll use that to pay him to do my video editing. So Litecoin is just so sweet looking. Look at this trend line. It is so just, look at that. It's just stairs going up. And we have this test up here at around 55 for Litecoin, and it wants to break out. See this little trading range? There's some resistance here, some resistance there, some resistance there. However, the big resistance is up here. So if you look at this pattern, it's going to go up more. It's going to test this spot here. That's really what we're looking to do. So I bought a couple $100 of Litecoin today. I like Litecoin because you can get a lot for your money. You know what I mean? It feels good. And it seems a little bit, I don't know, I just like the energy of it. So we're going to go down through. There's the 1 day. Here's the hourly. Again, you can see these resistance places, and if there's a little pullback from here, you can get in. Boom. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart is testing, right? We're testing this $46 level, and the 1-minute chart, see where we are. See, we're right up. So I wouldn't buy it this minute, right? Because it's testing this. I would want to buy on some of these little mini pullbacks. That's just my system. Again, you have to do the way you do it, right? And again, dollar cost averaging would be fine if you just wanted to buy $20 every day. The problem I'm finding is I don't know when Coinbase is going to make that $20 buy. And I think right now I can do better than that. But if it goes into a sideways trend, that's what I'll always revert back to. But I'm feeling like as a musician, I'm getting in tune with these markets, and of course I can make mistakes. I'm human, I'm fallible. But that's what I'm doing in the markets today. And let's go over to Coinbase so you can see I now have 300 bucks of Litecoin. I actually made 3 separate $100 buys this morning. I had $32 or whatever, you know. I'm up to $146 of Bitcoin. Again, you can do the small. I bought a little Ethereum this morning as well. I think $100 of it. So I've lost a little on the Ethereum, but you know, we shall see. This was money that I took as profits that was sitting in my PayPal account, and I used my PayPal debit card to make instant buys. So you can set a couple of different debit cards up on Coinbase when you get a chance. All right. And so that's what I did. I actually did a couple of buys on the last video that I forgot to turn the sound on. So there'll be more. So stay tuned. Tune in again tomorrow for the trading. Oh, let me give you an update on Ambis. And by the way, I also go through the dailies and the hourly charts over here on Coinbase. There's Ethereum. Let's do the 1 week, the 1 day, the 1 hour, and Litecoin. Let's see, Litecoin, the 1 hour is just kind of steady. I like that, according to this chart. So, we have a little nice top here at 46, and it's now at 45.99. You see, it made a move this morning. Boom. Now it's trading kind of in a range, and this is where you can get in, right? If it's trading in a range, even, on a shorter term basis, that's where you can get in and see that. But with Litecoin, the hourly, it's just pretty steady, at least according to this chart. Okay. And there's, on the 1 month chart, there's still, it went up higher. So it will make up that. There's so much money coming into this market right now. This is actually a good time for me anyway to get in. All right, so let's go to Ambis so you can see my total profit so far on Ambis is, drum roll please, boom, $197, and my total investment at this point is $22.86. Actually, I'm going to refresh here because I think another hour has passed. So let's see. Log in. Boom. So let's see what the profit is now. Okay, $203 of profit, right? Because an hour passed, right? That's what I love about Ambis. You got these trading bots working for you. So let's see what my total is now on Ambis. Shazupa, $22.93, right? So this is using compounding interest every hour. And of course, so that's a slightly different strategy than the kind of the trading kind of thing. But you got to get Bitcoin in order to invest in Ambis, right? So that's the deal. And my referral link, if you do decide to do Ambis, is basically ambis.biz/question ref = Shepard. And on Coinbase, if you use the link that is below this video, you can get $10 of Bitcoin, and I can get $10 of Bitcoin. They will give that to our accounts when you put in $100 at Coinbase. Okay, so that's it for today. This is Mark Shepard, and this has been Hypnosis for Money, the trading vlog. And I have a couple other videos I'm working on for you that are back in the strategic mind mastery mindset area of this. So if you want to master your mind around money for a change, to keep the change, you might want to watch this and just kind of check it out, see what I'm doing every day, and watch some of my strategic videos as well, because I'm thinking deeply about money and about how we, as humans, create this idea of value and then project it out into a neutral substance called Bitcoin, or a piece of paper called the dollar bill, or yen, or wampum, or whatever form of money we are exploring in this modern magical time called the age of the internet, the age of cryptocurrencies. Welcome to the revolution, and I will talk to you in the next one. Over and out. Hopefully I turned on the sound this time. We'll see.